So I'm just sitting around. I'm feeling kind of bad that I didn't go to the interview the other day and that I missed the train. I know if I had ran a little bit, I only missed it by seconds, so if I'd been more affirmative about the interview and jogged a little bit of the way, even just halfway down the street, I would have made it. But I didn't, so I feel bad that I haven't gone. So once again, I'm feeling bad that I didn't give it a try when I could have. So I'm gonna try and make it to all my interviews now, because I do feel bad. Like when I'm sitting at home, sitting around by myself, I feel bad that I'm not doing something like working. So I think I'm going to just close my eyes and give it a go, even if I feel kind of squeamish. And keep sort of plotting the areas I don't really want to go to. There's a couple of areas that I don't want to go to, so but everything along the train route should be okay, I think. But this one in particular, I wish I had gone, because it has you only need to do it a few days in a week, and that's like perfect for me. But I wasn't stressing about it because I've already been told that there's a job coming up at the end of the month. But I still would have liked to have gained experience in this field. I just need to be more confident. I was lacking confidence because I did not know the area very well, and I tend to feel sad or depressed when I have no idea where I'm going. You know, I'll try to stick to the city jobs, but this one I could have gone too easy. I just need to catch the one train, and it'll stop when it needs to stop, you know. And I don't know. I didn't go to the area to see what the area is actually like, but I think it should be okay. It's got loads of stores and stuff. But if it is rough in that area, once again, I'm glad that I have the initiative not to go, but I'm just sad that I didn't go. Like, I didn't give it a try, and I didn't find out what the area is like. So I'm going to try to stop doing that, because I really do want to work. And this would have been a good job, and the pay was good, and the hours were good, the days were good. So I need jobs like that, like ones that only last a short time, because otherwise it's too hard for me. But once again, you know, I do realize, you know, I've got other jobs coming up, this especially when at the end of the month, that's coming up, and when it's up, and if I get the green to go, I'll be able to start right away and work as many days as I want, and for only 5 hours. I'm presuming it's still in only 5-hour jobs, but unless the survey's gotten longer, I should be able to do it just fine. But I do have other jobs. Like, I tried to contact one agency on Friday. I think they called me back, but I didn't know I was getting a call from an O2 number, so I didn't pick up the phone. But I'm going to try again Monday. And that one's going to be right in the city. And then there's this other one that I've already applied for. I'm still waiting for some notification from them, even though I said I'd be committed. But, you know, they might not contact me for 1 to 2 weeks, but I haven't gone to the interview yet, so and the job's starting in like 4 weeks, so they can't take longer than 2 weeks or so. But and then I have this other job that they said that it's going to open at the end of the month, and I've already put my name down for it, so it's not like I'm going to be jobless forever. It's just that I'm jobless right now. And I feel bad that I didn't give this other job a go, but I'm going to get over it. I just need to get a job and I get going into a workplace, and I'll be able to, forget about it, like the jobs that I didn't go to. And as long as I'm in a good job, I'll be like, oh yeah, this is like exactly like the kind of job that I want, sort of thing. And right in the city too, because I like going to the city for work. It doesn't have to be in the city; it can be along any train route. But in the city, I like going to the city. I like going up the escalators, and I like walking around the city and the atmosphere of the city. Even though sometimes you meet some rough people, but a lot of the time, I it's just nice to be like doing those things. It energizes me. So, yeah, but I'm already iffy with work. But I wanted to see what this place was like out of the city, because though I've worked in the place in the city before, it doesn't really suit me 100%. So, I don't mind not working right in the city. I'm still looking for the perfect environment. Let's say that. But like I said, I've got other jobs, so. But I'm gonna try to not miss out on opportunities, because I do feel like I'm giving up on it before I find out whether I'm suitable for it or not. So I don't like that feeling that I feel like I've given up before I've been given the green or the red. Because it makes me feel like I'm missing out on something, even though I've got other opportunities coming up, but it does make me feel like I'm missing out on something. And what if the other opportunities don't come up? And this opportunity would have accepted me, then I should feel sad, because I've already skipped the opportunity that would have been most open for me. Like, I'm not saying that this opportunity definitely was open for me. I'm just saying it could have been. So I'm definitely going to try to stop doing that, because I do feel bad, like, in the aftermath. So no matter how many screams I hear in my dreams before I go, I'm going to try and just do it, because I know I can do it. And I get sick of missing out on things because I'm not eager for it and stuff. So because I've done it before, I've missed out on probably at least half a dozen of other opportunities, and each time, like, I feel okay, like, not doing it at the time, because it relieves me from the stress of wondering what I'm gonna meet, and stuff. But but when I realize, if I'm not going for jobs, or if I'm not working, I'm sitting around here, and on the outskirt that looks okay, but on the inskirt, I do need to work, and I'm not okay, just sitting around a house all day. So that's the truth. Like, after I settle down, and all the stress is settled down and stuff, I just sit and when I'm surrounded by the house, I realize, well, this isn't what I wanted, which is this isn't what I wanted. I don't want to live here, and I don't want to just sit here, and I do want to work, So, so I'm going to have to just do it without trying not to think. Or if I'm thinking and I'm not feeling eager for it, I have to do it, and do it so that if I'm dragging my feet, then I'll still be able to make the interview, sort of thing. So I sort of have to be a robot and stuff, because otherwise because when I drag my feet, it's because I'm feeling like confused or sad or disencouraged about where I'm going, and most of the time it's okay, because I usually give myself at least half an hour to an hour leeway so that if I'm dragging my feet, I'm still going to be there on time. But this time I was dragging my feet a bit too much, and I only just missed the train, and if I hadn't missed the train, I would have dragged myself to the platform. I would have scanned my ticket, and then hopped onto the train and be sulking on the train sort of thing. So I would have done it in that kind of way, but I still would have made it. So I cheer up when I realize things are going to be okay and the place I'm going to is okay. When I realize everything's fine, I cheer up a lot and stuff, but until that time, I tend to get moody or depressed, and I sort of feel like I'm walking very slowly, like I've got a weight on my back and stuff. It's because I'm not thinking positive thoughts, and I'm not thinking, oh, this is great. I'm thinking the worst of things. I'm thinking, oh, this place isn't going to be any good. This place might be a niffy area. I don't like the fact that it's not in the city, and how do you know what the people are going to be like and stuff? So, and even go so far as to mention imperfections. They said they booked me, then they said that I'd been booked for the Wednesday, not the Thursday, and then I had to tell them that I had been booked for the Thursday, but if they hadn't got that thing wrong, I wouldn't have been bitching about that either, so yeah, no, but I'm gonna try not to do that because I do feel bad. I don't want to be stuck here. And when the day before the interview, or even I had this really weird dream, and I had a dream where something was punching my stomach, and it ended up crawling through my stomach and giving me a really large pain. And when I woke up, I felt this throb in my stomach sort of thing, and those kinds of things make me feel bad. So, and I blame where I'm living for those kind of dreams. So and these are the way, and I don't want to be living here forever, and no one wants me to live here forever either. So, but yeah, it was actually quite painful, but but when you wake up, you realize it was just a dream. But it felt like your body throbs like it was almost real, sort of thing. So yeah, but and that's why I hate living here, because I have these weird dreams. I have dreams of screams, and once I had a dream where I was being scratched by something with nails, and when I wake up, the airbed I was on had deflated, sort of thing, and stuff like that. The funniest thing, the airbed had deflated fully, but I didn't have any punctures in it. So, that was one of the things that I dreamt about, on the second night that I lived here, and stuff like that. So, yeah, but aside from all this dreamy stuff, I do feel let down, so I don't want to do that again. I'm gonna try to not do it again. That's my main message of this conversation, because I don't I don't like I don't like missing out on things. And I have no idea when I'm going to be picked up by any business either. I'm not picked up by every business. I only get picked up once in a while. But on the positive note, I've still got a job coming at the end of the month, even if all the other jobs fail. Like, I should be having at least this one, which isn't perfect, but it's okay. And I'm gonna try and sit in a different seat so I don't get absorb other people's energies. That makes me feel like bad, like I'm being deflated while I sit there. It's not the perfect job though. I mean, I was almost abducted when I was walking home like twice, and I was sort of being approached in a weird way when I was working there by people outside, and the energy isn't perfect either. It's a little bit uncomfortable for me. Like, I feel like once I felt like how do you call it? Oh, hang on. Yeah, so what it was I saying, it makes you. I was sitting there and I was like, felt like by the end of the night, my brains were like fried. I've been like pulled out till I felt like totally like deflated. But I go to sleep and then I wake up and I feel refreshed again. So I can recover, but when I'm there, I'm like, it's quite uncomfortable when you start to feel uncomfortable in that way, because it's a very sensitive feeling that only you are probably experiencing, and it's your problem. What you're going to do about it, whether you're going to just ignore it or go or leave and look for another place to work or change a seat and hope that the different location in the room will make you feel better and stuff. So I'm going to try a different seat first, and if that doesn't work, I know I just put up with it until I feel like giving up, sort of thing. It's probably not a long-term job anyway. It probably only lasts another month, so or at least until Christmas. So, but I don't have to work a whole week if I don't want to with that job. So the good thing is that you can change your hours. If you don't work, you just don't put it down on your roster. But I try to work as many hours as I can for the money when I am working, but it doesn't mean that I'm gonna. I just try to. Yeah, but I have like a real failing with work places. Like, you think you're gonna work in a place forever, but then it gets hard, and then you struggle, and then you struggle with your feelings, and then it gets too hard to show up, So that's what I've had before, like, but at least I wasn't shaking too much. I only had one episode where I was starting to shake in a weird way, but the other jobs I was shaking like from. I really think that I feel like I had some sort of psychological shock or something, and that my skin was shaking from something in my brain, like my neurons were startled, and it was just on the outside of my skin. My body under my skin was shaking, but my body was fine. So yeah. But that's why I sort of, I thought it was a neuron thing, because I have, gone through like a lot of shock and feelings. So, but, like I had like a heart murmur and stuff, and, it's just hard, your feelings, and I don't get any medication. I only get something that doesn't actually work when, the when the crap hits the fan, sort of thing. So they don't work to relieve these things. and I was taking them and trying to work things out, but I really need like a big a big pill or something to do something big. And but this last time I didn't have that same feeling. The only time I started shaking, I was getting it from a vibe, someone else's energy, and so it wasn't the same thing. I didn't feel like I was shaking under my skin. I felt like something was hovering over me and making me shake. So I took a break and I freaked out. Took a break, came back, and then when I came back, everything was okay again. So that little feeling wasn't there anymore to annoy me. So this is a very intense conversation. I probably shouldn't have started it. But yeah, like I said before, I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep like running away from jobs, trying to guess which one's safe, which one's not. Missing out on jobs because I haven't left home early enough and stuff. This last one, the only mistake was hadn't left home early enough. If I had left home 1 minute before I did, I would have made it. I was only just literally just late. If I had jogged up one block or even half a block, I would have made it because I was only just behind. So, but I do need to leave a little bit early so that I know that I am gonna catch a train and stuff, even if I dawdle. Like, even if I'm, like, scraping my feet and doing, like, little, tiny steps towards the train, like, fearing what's going to happen and stuff, which is usually nothing, but I have to do that so that I'm not late, even if I'm sort of dragging myself along, because I do end up going to the interview when I'm dragging myself along too. And once I'm there and I realize things are okay, like I said before, I cheer up and I don't feel the way that I did when I hadn't before I'd gone. So yeah. So I'm gonna try and do that in the future, because I do feel like I missed out on something. And I'm sure the interview was going to be okay or something. But scratch that, I'll just keep waiting for the end of the month, which is like 3 weeks away. So far this week, I'm waiting for my next load of eBay's